Hours after Tuesday's killer loss to Charlotte, Sonics coach K.C. Jones became the latest member of the Seattle Slew, following Jim Lefebvre and Chuck Knox to the door. Jones was fired by Sonics president Bob Whitsitt and replaced by interim assistant Bob Kloppenberg, who will serve out as interim coach. Jones and the Sonics hit by consecutive home losses to Orlando and the Hornets. The Charlotte game was the topper, however. In overtime, holding a one-point lead, Larry Johnson, the rookie from Charlotte, hits a buzzer beater from 17 feet out, and the Hornets win by 1. Seattle's third straight loss dropped into 18-18, tied for 5th in the Pacific. Turns out Jones took the axe, though the players shouldered much of the blame.
If you can come out and give, 110% every day is not going to be a good day for you. You're going to have bad days. That's all they can really ask from you. And a lot of us haven't been doing that this season. And it costs a good man his job.
I truly believe it's on the players that come out every night and play basketball. You know, Coach Casey, he gave us all our assignments. We just didn't come out and respond.
Playing in the toughest division in the league, the Sonics were lower echelon, Reed underachieving. Jones did take the team to the playoffs last season at 41-41. Career-wise, Jones won a pair of NBA titles as coach with the Celtics. The Hall of Famer became the 14th NBA coach to win over 500 games just last April. Casey said he wasn't surprised he was fired, adding he heard the clock tick. One night you beat the buzzer, the next you're on the other side of the horn. Such was the case with the Charlotte Hornets. As you saw earlier, they jolted K.C. Jones with a last-second shot to win on Seattle on Tuesday night. This evening at the Forum, it was the Lakers who were fashionably late. Jerry Tarkanian taking in the game. The NCAA will be investigating. Second quarter, Kendall Gill tries the pass to Johnny Newman. Jay New can't get it. Then James Worthy the other way to Sedell Threet for the hoop and a 10-point Laker lead in that second period. Third quarter, Kenny Gaddison is working on Sam Perkins. Misses the jumper, but Kendall Gill, great tip in, had 24 points for Charlotte. Now the Hornets all the way back in the fourth quarter, only down by 2. Larry Johnson, the rookie, trying to play hero again. He banks it in for the tie at 93 all, just over 20 seconds left. Will the Hornets do it 2 nights in a row? No. Threet misses the J, but there's Sam Perkins, fadeaway at the buzzer. And that's a game winner, 95-93 for L.A. The Lakers have now won 5 of 6, including a sweep for this 3-game homestand. L.A. is still 2 off the pace in the Pacific. In Sacramento, here come the Suns. Phoenix and Sacramento. The Kings played well in the first half. Anthony Bonner can't get it to fall, but a great follow-up there by Anthony Bonner, rather, comes out of nowhere for the tip. Kevin Johnson now with a drive. KJ had a big night tonight. 28 points, 16 assists, although this game was tied at 54 at the half. Spud Webb, want to see a long shot? They don't come much longer than that. The Kings up by 2 points in the third. Miguel Knight now with the dish to Dan Marley. Thunder Dan, 24 points. Suns up by 10. Great hustle by KJ, though. Trying to get that loose ball. Loses it there, but he was okay. And so are the Suns. They win 128-111. Suns take their 5th straight game. Could be 6th on Friday when these same Kings will travel to Phoenix. At Market Square, all 5 Detroit starters in double figures, while rebounding leader Dennis Rodman pulled down 20 boards as Detroit beat the Pacers, make it 12 wins in 14 games for the surging Pistons. And the Heat using a 15-3 run to start the second half and a win over Milwaukee. Bimbo Coles gets a start, responds with 20 points, a career high. And welcome back. Like Gilligan trying to get off his island, the San Francisco Giants have come close to escaping Candlestick Park in the past, only to remain stuck at the stick. But now a plan even the professor would applaud. The Giants' plan on moving some 50 miles south to San Jose, should voters there approve a proposed 48,000-seat stadium project, which would be ready to house the Giants in 1996. The Giants' current lease in Candlestick runs through the 1994 season, and despite a lack of voter support in 3 previous tries, owner Bob Lurie believes that Giants' step to San Jose will finally happen. San Jose Mayor Susan Hammer said the proposed stadium project will probably appear on the June ballot. The Giants and the city have already agreed on a 30-year. Is Georgetown's home court not much of an advantage. 18th-ranked Syracuse dropped into the Cap Center and dropped the Hoyas to 2-2 in Big East play. Both conference losses for number 22 Georgetown have come on home turf, and, oh yes, both when Alonzo Mourning has run into big foul trouble. Let's take a look. Early on, well, yeah, it looked good for Georgetown. Charles Harrison buries the 3-point shot. Georgetown led 3-2. Turns out to be their only lead of the game. Syracuse's Adrian Autry finds Lawrence Moten, the freshman, for the alley-oop, and an 8-point Orangeman lead at that point. Syracuse continues to pour it on. Dave Johnson saves the errant pass back to Autry. Over to Mike Hopkins, who feeds Johnson nicely, and he goes up strong over Alonzo Mourning for the layup. 23-15, the Qs. Second half, Autry to Moten again. This for the lay-in, and he gets it despite being hammered by Mourning. Moten had 19 points. Syracuse wins 74-62. The Qs hauling in 16 offensive rebounds, making its last 7 field goal attempts to turn away the Hoyas and move to 4-1 in Big East play. 10th-ranked Michigan State didn't have to play it close this time, handing Northwestern its 25th straight Big Ten loss. Sean Respert scored the game's first 7 points and finished with 17 for the Spartans. Unranked Purdue stormed Chrysler Arena and handed the Baby Wolverines their 2nd straight Big Ten loss. Woody Austin with 19 points. The Boilermakers win at Michigan for the 3rd straight time and beat Michigan for the 5th straight time overall.
The kids are learning the ropes of conference play.
And Devils set out to play hockey, but they wound up in a game of crazy eights, as in 8 goals apiece. Scoring records in jeopardy in East Rutherford. In fact, they matched the scoring record there with 16 goals in this game, an overtime tie. Devils still unbeaten, though, in 7 games with the Sabres. Dave Andrechuk notches his 300th goal to make it an 8-8 final. The Canucks storm the Northlands Coliseum, hang a 5-3 loss on the Oilers, Edmonton's 4th straight home defeat. The North Stars outshot visiting Montreal more than 2-1 over the final 2 periods and ended the Habs' 4-game unbeaten streak. And the Bruins stretched their regular season unbeaten streak against Hartford to 10 games. Cam Neely stays hot, a pair of 3rd period goals for the Bees.
In Buffalo, Tom Kirkland, CNN Sports.
And LaFontaine, by the way, is playing so well, he was named the NHL Player of the Week for the past week.
You know, he's my 2nd favorite Pat.
Who's your 1st favorite Pat?
We're still going to be on the air, believe it or not, the way our play of the day, and we look ahead to the Winter Olympics coming next month. Without Pat, this pair didn't figure to be skating together anywhere, but they are. A very interesting story on blades coming up. Welcome back. The upcoming Winter Olympics in Albertville, France, features a figure skating team that is hard to figure. Todd Sand and Natasha Kuchicki form a rather unusual team. He's a former singles competitor from Denmark, and she's the daughter of 2 ice capade performers. CNN's Michael Kalman has more on these opposites attracting attention in tonight's edition of the Games of '92.
Well, as this rudderless ship comes to a crashing end, we'd like to remind you that Stanford has called a press conference for 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, where it is expected they'll name Bill Walsh their head coach.
Another coaching change, the Sonics firing Casey Jones. Bob Kloppenberg, an assistant, was named the interim coach. And I think there's been a little bit of everything in this show.
Yes, I would say so.
Maybe too much.
Thanks for joining us tonight, because we do have to go now. I'm Bob Lorenz.
And I'm Vince Cellini. The news continues.
This is CNN.